All right, it's time for our closing. It's the final countdown. Okay, sorry guys. That's been in my head. I forgot who started. I think Joe started that in my head, and now it's been in my head for a while. So I just wanted to say to you guys, thank you so much for everything. We're here at the end of our fourth annual NOMCON convening. And I believe, despite its virtual nature, it really has been a great conference. I kind of want to informally just ask, and I don't know if I'm being spotlighted right now, so this may not work. Who met someone new at the convening? You could just raise your hand and show, did anyone meet anyone new at the convening that they hadn't met before? I'm turning them so I can see. Okay, I also met someone new, or quite a few someone news at the convening, which was really exciting. And so I hope that, you guys have met new people. I was thrilled to meet so many first time NOMCON attendees, folks really from all corners of our country and the world. And although, our attendance was a little bit lower at this year's NOMCON, and I know if you guys are looking at the numbers, obviously it's our closing, it's Saturday evening, the numbers are getting smaller and smaller. The reality is it was still the most geographically diverse we've ever had. So I quickly, just for funsies, I wanted to look and see what it looked like. And our quick look at registration showed me that we had 39 states represented, including DC. And we also had 6 countries represented at this year's convening, which is a testament to our continued growth of our nation of makers. And so it's just really exciting to see that. I think sometimes we get caught up in numbers. But looking at it, I think this year we had more reach. There were more new folks coming into our community, and maybe we missed some old friends that couldn't make it for different reasons, but we really had a lot of new folks. So I'm going to ask another question. Who here learned something at the convening? Did anyone learn anything? Oh, wait, come on. Okay. I expect everybody's hands to be up. Danielle, you had to learn something. There was something you had to learn, right? Like, Danielle, I'm looking at you. Okay, good. I would hope that people learn something. And I hope that the answer is all of you learned something, because this year's convening was full of so many incredible sessions, so much knowledge, and so many best practices that were shared. And I just want to thank all of our speakers and presenters for sharing their knowledge, their best practices, their skill sets with everyone else. But I want to say, as we're coming to a close, this is really where the fun and the making actually begin. Because after you leave this conference today, you're going to go back to your day jobs and your personal obligations. You're going to back to your maker organizations, all the things on your plate, whether it's teaching or making or just whatever you're doing. And it's going to be your choice as to what you want to actually make out of this conference. What you want to make out of all the information, the tools, the resources, the connections that you made here. And so I'm going to ask a bunch of things like, will you make your space more inclusive? Is that one thing that you're going to work on? Are you going to be a leader that uses micro inclusions instead of microaggressions to make people of all backgrounds feel more welcome? Will you take back knowledge on how to, for example, make a profit and loss statement and use those resources to help your organization become more resilient? Will you make a difference by making with those with accessibility needs and co-create solutions that are bridges instead of barriers? Will you creatively reuse materials and establish sustainable practices and programs that help your community as well as the earth? Or will you provide opportunities for rich and deep maker-centered learning from preschool through college and beyond? Will you spread the maker mindset to youth and adults alike? Will you use your backyard biology and chemistry and physics to create open source solutions to problems in the environment and to push forward the frontiers of health science? Will you think of incredible ways to transform your downtowns and main streets, bolstering your local economies through vibrant storefront maker businesses? Or will you create vibrant workforce and badging programs that create pipelines from maker to skilled worker to owner to trainer and beyond? Or will you use your maker skills in partnership with disenfranchised communities, empowering those who may have had their voice and power taken from them and helping them to utilize their own inherent and innate maker skills and cultural funds of knowledge, providing restorative and reparative justice? Will you take the data that you collect and the stories that you gather about your making, about your spaces, your places, your makers? And will you share them with your local leaders, your state leaders, your federal leaders, your policymakers? Are you ready to use your work and your stories to advocate for our incredible community, for more support, for more funding, for more infrastructure, for a more resilient maker movement? I hope that at the end of this conference, the answer is yes. Because after all, we are a nation of makers. And although we're amazing individually, together, as I always say, we're an unstoppable movement. So I hope that the conversation that we started at this year's convening does not end. I know it's Saturday night, so it's okay for it to end tonight. But I hope you pick it back up on Monday and in the weeks, months, and the year between this year's NOMCON and the next. And I urge you to continue meeting, to continue getting together and having these conversations on our Slack community, on our Facebook groups, at our working group meetings. And if you're like, what are you talking about? I have no idea how you get in contact with anyone or do anything, feel free to write to me, dorothy@nationofmakers.us, and I'll get you all connected. But I do want you to keep working together and keep planning how we can continue to make an impact and make a difference. And of course, never hesitate to let me know how Nation of Makers can help. I think people are always surprised at how open and welcoming I am. It's probably to my own detriment to some extent, but I'm always happy to talk with anyone who wants to make a difference. And then let's forge forward with a plan to make that difference. As Dale reminded us from Eric Lander's comments, we're compelled to do so as humans. We are compelled by the principle of tikkun olam to repair our world. And as always, I just want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you for attending this NOMCON convening. Thank you to all of our keynotes, our speakers, our presenters, our moderators. Thank you especially to our volunteers, including a few that came internationally all the way from Kenya. And thank you to our core planning team. Thank you, Joe, Trey, Claire, Jess, Chad, and Richie. I could not have done this without you. Thank you to all of our community build team and to our Gather build team led by Chad. Thank you especially to all of our sponsors and our supporting members, Chevron, Microsoft, Infosys Foundation USA, Lemelson Foundation, Accenture, Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden, Gather, Glimpse, Make Community, Matter Hackers, and Google for all of your continued support of NOMCON and Nation of Makers. I am truly sending gratitude from the bottom of my heart. Until next year, when we can see each other in person, and I don't know where that is yet, remember, make a difference. But until then, I hopefully will see you online and hopefully in the fall at the Capitol Hill Maker Fair. And there will be more to come on that soon. But if you're interested in participating, it will likely be a hybrid event. Let Trey know, just trey@nomcon.org. And I hope to see you soon, Nation of Makers. But before you leave, I have one final announcement. So the folks at Matter Hackers did tell me who the winner is, and drum roll, please. The winner is the one and only Kevin Patel, who actually happens to be right directly below me in this screen. So Kevin, you are the new winner of a 3D printer. Matter Hackers will reach out to you and give you information. I have no information about how you get this. But Mara and Tara and Rhonda have told me that they will reach out to you. But congratulations on winning a 3D printer. And again, thank you, everyone. I hope you will join me at the happy hour that will be happening on the beach in Gather. I know I told you it was at the lounge this morning, but it's actually at the beach. We're just going to hang out there and continue the conversation. And I know some of you guys might stay for a while, so you can migrate to the lounge or just migrate around. But thank you, everyone, for coming to NOMCON. Thank you so much. It really makes me so excited to see all of you. Congratulations to all our Growing Beyond Earth winners. Megan just disappeared. Oh no, there she is. I was gonna say, Megan, congratulations to you, sweetie. You give me a lot of hope for the future, having young makers around. So you're our youngest maker that's here this evening. So congratulations to you. And I wish you all the best in your future as a either botanist or engineer or whatever you desire to be, because I have no doubt that you'll be that person. So Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and I will see you on the beach. Take care.